So far, we have worked with lists and tuples, where elements are stored in order and accessed using numeric indexes. While this approach is useful, sometimes we want to organize data using meaningful labels instead of positions. Python provides a data structure called a dictionary, which stores data using key-value pairs. Each key identifies a specific piece of information and is associated with a corresponding value. Dictionaries allow us to organize, retrieve, and manage data in a more descriptive and flexible way. A dictionary in Python is a collection of key-value pairs. Instead of storing values by position like lists or tuples, dictionaries store data by associating a key with a value. Dictionaries are considered unordered collections, meaning the elements are not stored by numeric index. Each key in a dictionary maps to exactly one value, allowing us to quickly retrieve information using the key. One important rule is that dictionary keys must be immutable and unique. Common examples of immutable types include strings, numbers, and tuples. Because of these properties, dictionaries are very useful for organizing and accessing labeled data efficiently. Now let's look at how to create a dictionary in Python. Dictionaries are created using curly braces. Inside the braces, we define key-value pairs separated by a colon. Each pair is separated by a comma. In this example, the dictionary called country codes stores country names as keys and their corresponding country codes as values. When we print the dictionary, Python displays the collection of key-value pairs exactly as they are stored. This structure allows us to organize related information and retrieve values using their keys. Just like lists and tuples, we can also iterate through a dictionary using a loop. In this example, the dictionary day per month stores the number of days for each month. When we iterate through a dictionary, Python processes each key in the collection. From the key, we can access the corresponding value. This allows us to go through all the entries in the dictionary and work with the stored information one pair at a time. We can also iterate through both the keys and values of a dictionary at the same time. To do this, we use the items method. This method returns both the key and its corresponding value as a pair. In the loop, we store the key in the variable month and the value in the variable days. This allows us to easily access both pieces of information and print a sentence showing how many days each month has. Using items is one of the most common ways to iterate through dictionaries when we need both the key and the value. One of the most common operations with dictionaries is accessing a value using its key. To retrieve a value, we place the key inside square brackets after the dictionary name. In this example, the dictionary stores the number of days for each month. By using the key February, Python returns the value associated with that key. The result is 28, which is the value stored for February. This key-based access is what makes dictionaries very efficient for retrieving specific information. We can also update the value of an existing key-value pair in a dictionary. To do this, we use the key inside square brackets and assign it a new value. In this example, the value associated with the key February is changed from 28 to 29. After the update, the dictionary now stores the new value for February. This shows how dictionaries allow us to easily modify stored data. We can also add new key-value pairs to a dictionary. If we assign a value to a key that does not already exist in the dictionary, Python will automatically create a new entry. In this example, the key April does not exist yet, so assigning the value 30 adds a new key-value pair to the dictionary. After this operation, the dictionary now includes April along with the other months. We can also remove a key-value pair from a dictionary using the del statement. First, the dictionary contains entries for January, February, and March. We also added April. To remove an entry, we use del, followed by the dictionary name and the key we want to delete. In this example, the key January is removed from the dictionary. After this operation, the dictionary no longer contains the January entry. When working with dictionaries, we must be careful when accessing keys. If we try to access a key that does not exist in the dictionary, Python will raise an error called a key error. In this example, the dictionary only contains entries for January, February, and March. When the program tries to access the key May, Python cannot find it, so it produces a key error. This means the program attempted to retrieve a value for a key that is not stored in the dictionary. To safely access values in a dictionary, Python provides the get method. The get method attempts to retrieve the value associated with a key. If the key exists, it returns the corresponding value. If the key does not exist, it does not produce an error. Instead, it simply returns none, which indicates that the key is not present in the dictionary. This makes get a safer way to access dictionary values when we are not sure whether the key exists. The items method returns each key value pair in the dictionary as a tuple. When we iterate through items, each loop returns a pair containing the key and its corresponding value. In this example, each iteration prints a tuple showing the month and the number of days. The keys method returns all the keys stored in the dictionary. When we iterate through keys, each loop gives us one key at a time. In this example, the loop prints the names of the months, which are the keys in the dictionary. The values method returns all the values stored in the dictionary. When we iterate through values, each loop gives us one value at a time. In this example, the loop prints the number of days for each month. We have explored dictionaries, which allow us to store and manage data using key value pairs. We learned how to create dictionaries, access values, update entries, add or remove key value pairs, and iterate through keys and values. Dictionaries are very useful when we want to organize data using meaningful labels. Next, we will look at another Python data structure called a set, which is designed for storing unique elements and performing operations, such as checking membership and removing duplicates.
Thank you for your attention today. This presentation was prepared by
준비.
with assistance from AI Technologies. I truly appreciate your engagement. See you in our next class.